Welcome to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Darren Ganji, and I'm here with Sean the Saw Cole.
Sawing away.
And he's sawing away at some Dirt 3 by Codemasters. And Dirt 3 is going to be available for the PC, PS3, and the Xbox 360. And we're sitting on the Xbox 360 version right here. And as a matter of fact, this is a big moment for us here on the show. This is our first pre-release console title on our new dev kit that we got.
Yeah.
So I guess we can start developing our own games now, huh?
Or playing the ones they developed real early.
Yeah, which is what we're going to be doing.
And you know, this is early, but this seems a lot more complete than some full versions of games we played.
Shift.
Bless you.
NASCAR 2011. Sorry, guys, but the EA and you Technics, but Codemasters has got their stuff together here so far.
Yeah.
I mean, this is basically the first season of Dirt 3 that we're able to play here on this pre-release copy. And we're not able to go past that, but there's basically like 3 different triangles. Like Codemasters had mentioned, this is 60% rally at least. And I'd say so far just the first part was more than 60% rally, which is good by me. So like we had mentioned, this is a pre-release, so that means this is a non-final version of the game. And they've given us a list of things that are going to be addressed for the final build, which by the way is going to be available May 24th. And until then, we're going to have a bunch of videos that we're coming out with, including this one, obviously. But we've already released a bunch of them. You may have seen, some in-game, gameplay footage, stuff with us driving, menu screens, stuff like that. So make sure you check them out on our SRT Media channel or at our official Dirt 3 page, which we've got a link to in the description of this video. So make sure you check that out. So first up, Dirt 3 has definitely got a much classier feel to Dirt 2. Dirt 2 is definitely like on the X Games level with the old beat-up RV. They've gone back to a more classic user interface that just basically throws you right into the game. You don't have to wait for this 20-minute video at the beginning. Like I said, it throws you right into the game. Also, like we've mentioned, the focus is a lot more on rally, which is something we definitely like to see.
Yeah, I know some people out there are going to complain a little bit about the rally because the tracks are not as narrow as true rally fans would be.
Yeah, this is not Richard Burns Rally, guys.
No, and they're not trying to be, but it is great rally racing.
It is. For those of you that are looking for a Richard Burns Rally replacement in this day and age, you're not going to see it from a company like Codemasters or Milestone. They are catering to a very broad audience, and that really can't handle Richard Burns. Richard Burns is probably the toughest racing sim ever made.
It's frustrating for most people.
It can be very frustrating, and it takes a lot of time, and the learning curve is huge. So, this is something you could jump right into. Play it with a controller. Actually, Sean and I played some split screen, and I was on a controller, and I was kind of able to keep up, but you definitely need a wheel to have the most fun with this.
Definitely.
So like we mentioned, this is first year of the career, and fun, we mentioned we've been having a lot of fun with it. We've pretty much gone through the whole thing, but you know what, Codemasters, I have a complaint. I complained back on F1 2010, and you guys obviously just kind of overlooked it. And not that I have much pull with you guys, but why isn't the name Darren listed as one of the boys' names?
Did you have to go with Daz or something?
Daz? What kind of name? And no offense to any Dazes out there, but I think Darren's a little. Wouldn't you, Tommy? Wouldn't you think Darren's a little more common than Daz?
I know a handful of Darrens.
Maybe there's Daz is more. Maybe it's more common in the UK. I don't know.
Okay.
So there's my rant. But other than that, I'm loving this game.
Me too. I mean, everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Dirt 2.
And your name's in the game at least.
Yeah, and my nicknames are in there as well.
The Saw?
No, but I went with a few other ones. But they.
Fuzzy Nuts?
No, definitely not Fuzzy Nuts. But they stepped it up. Dirt 3 is just that much more complete a game so far.
Yeah, it definitely is. So there's a little bit about this new title from Codemasters. Sean and I are going to switch places here, and then we're going to just go over like all the major categories of this game and just tell you a little bit about it. This is not a review. This is our first look. So we're going to tell you our impressions on this first look.
Tamiya's extensive lineup of radio-controlled vehicles provides hobbyists with the joy of running exact replicas of their favorite car, tank, or off-road vehicle. Another attraction of these vehicles is their use of high-grade materials, such as nylon resin, carbon fiber, and polycarbonate. With precise mechanical systems, the maintenance and adjustment of the various components, as well as performance upgrading with optional parts, allows for truly competitive racing. For more information about Tamiya, visit us at www.tamiyausa.com.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number one on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
iRacing.com is the premier online racing simulation featuring head-to-head competition on your PC. Race from your home PC, competing on the world's best real-world cars and tracks. Thousands of race fans and scores of pro racers like Dale Jr. and Justin Wilson are already racing at iRacing. Experience the thrill of victory yourself and go racing today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the show. Sean Cole here, and we are going to go through the categories. We're not putting it on the Shabami, but we're going to kind of look at the game in the same way as if we were putting it on the Shabami. Starting off with physics, and Dirt 3 has some really good physics. I mean, we are looking at a pre-release version, but it's buttoned up. And I mean, one thing for me is when I'm making a transition from dirt to pavement and back and forth, you can really feel it in the wheel. You can feel how much is going on in the car. And I mean, that's something that right away makes me feel good about the driving model of the car.
Yeah, and it reacts the way you would expect it to. And somebody had asked, someone had posted a comment, how are the physics? And, comparing them, let's say, to the Rally and Gran Turismo 5, I'd say right on par or maybe even a little bit better than that Rally physics in GT5.
Careful with that little bit better than Gran Turismo
physics.
I
know, don't want
to. Next thing is graphics. We're not talking photorealistic graphics. We're talking rendered graphics for sure, but they're beautiful. I mean, you have a ton of detail, whether it's the tree or the dirt or the amount of objects off the road. I mean, the graphics are top-notch, and the best thing of all, and again, pre-release, we're seeing great frame rates, so I'm not seeing a lot of glitching or anything going on, so they're delivering these graphics and in a great playable way.
Yeah, and pretty smooth edges for the Xbox 360. Like Sean said, great graphics, not overdone like some of the games that we've seen. I like the environment and the way Codemasters renders the environment. I think it's really well done.
Absolutely. And that takes us to sound. We've had a little bit of debate, and the sounds are definitely good at the very least, and they're probably bordering on very good. There are distinct sounds for each vehicle. Some of the road noises are good, so all in all, it's a good sound package. Maybe not the best in the industry.
Flat, right 6 long, tightens 3. 40, jump, 40 into hairpin left.
But so far,
I dug the sounds. I think the sounds kick ass, to be honest. Tommy was playing yesterday. I think he thought the sounds were really cool. Really get your heart pumping. I think again, it's back to that environment. I think besides the graphical environment, they're really doing a good job on the audio environment as well.
I agree. Tracks is next. We mentioned a little bit in graphics, but the tracks are beautiful. I mean, you have so much going on, whether it's the spectators on the side of the road, whether it's the water splashing up, the movable objects in the tracks, and then beyond that, just the terrains themselves. I mean, they're a lot of fun. A little short for the true hardcore WRC or Richard Burns Rally fans. They're going to want longer stages, but the stages are a lot of fun, and they're beautiful. So, I mean,
yeah, and the Richard Burns Rally fans are going to want the tighter stages. They're, they're definitely wider, but like you said, Sean, they're beautifully done, and just lots of variety as far as, you'd mentioned transitioning from dirt to asphalt, and it's got a lot of variety as far as that goes. Water, they've implemented the rain and stuff from F1 2010, and man, they've done a great job. I'm really loving this game so far.
Absolutely. And that takes us to cars, which are also very good. I mean, on this mini build that we're looking at, we don't even have all of the cars available, but we did put out that video. I mean, there are a ton of cars. They're beautiful cars. More importantly, there's some of the iconic cars, and that includes the Group B cars, which are going to make the hardcore rally fans pretty happy.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm about to run a 60s rally right here. I love the old, how we always, I mean, but you guys know too, we love the old school stuff. I'm going to run an old Mini Cooper here right now, but yeah, I love the variety that they put in this.
I'm with you, and that leads us to fun factor, and that variety, it's not just the variety of cars, but it's the variety of types of stages, the types of events. That variety for me just amplifies the fun factor.
Just one more race to go before the final. You're looking good out there.
Go get him. Give him hell.
Presentation comes into fun factor for me as well. So when you have just this great UI, this great environment, and so many different types of racing, and we haven't even gotten to the party modes where you've got split screen and all the running over robots and hitting your opponent kind of stuff.
But I can't wait to get multiple copies on one platform and run some rallies against each other, because this is going to be a blast.
It will be. So force feedback?
Force feedback, incredible. Now we can move on. I was just going to say, I was going to tell everybody we don't have multiplayer capability here in this preview build or single race. All we could do is run that first season of the tour, which was fine by us, man. We've been playing the crap out of this
Yeah, I'll
thing.
play it again, happily.
Yeah, exactly. Force feedback, awesome. I mean, like I had mentioned about the GT5 physics, you know, we're feeling everything. This is my first time on this particular stage, and it's got some like potholes in the asphalt, and I'm feeling the potholes and stuff. So,
Right.
and we actually got the force feedback turned down right now. Dirt 2 felt great. This is even a step above.
The other thing for me that I love about it is we're using the Fanatic GT2, and obviously this wheel is already supported. Takes us to the AI. AI, they are okay on the timed events in terms of the time challenge that you're going to be up against. So if you put it at a hard level, you're going to need to master the course to beat them. Now, when you're in the rally cross events, you're going to get some great racing. They're going to bang doors. If you swing wide on the corner, they're going to come inside of you. So the AI definitely have some good skills out there for you. And that takes us to multiplayer. And as Darren mentioned, right now that's locked or not unlocked, and we're not able to test it out. I did get to try out the party modes in multiplayer, so got to see a little taste of it. And that's something we'll have to evaluate when we get the full version of the game.
Oh, and we will.
Very much so. Looking forward to that. And that takes us to damage. Damage on this one is just very good. I'm going to say that right off the bat, both physically and visually. So focusing on the visual, I have seen just about every part come off the car. Incredible amounts of wrinkling, missing body panels, broken glass, missing tires. You could be running on the rim and just, I mean, and you'll feel it in the force feedback. Tons of visual damage. On the physical side, maybe a little light still, so if you hit a wall, it's not going to knock your camber out too badly. You're still going to be driving pretty straight. However, if you put it into a tree, into a wall, you will kill the car.
You'll rip rims and tires off. So I was running one stage, and I was like, why am I going so slow? We were going against each other. I had lost one of my front rims.
Yeah, hard to go fast.
I lost a tire, so yeah, I was running on a rim. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really hard to go fast.
So anyway, and that's stuff that can only get better as well. And that takes us to the last category we're going to check today, and that's presentation. And I've already alluded to it. It's incredible. I mean, you've got this UI with very exciting triangles opening up new seasons. Every time you get into a new season, you've got multiple events. Some of them are unlocked. You're building up points through podium finishes. Even a bad finish might get you 10 points, but that's not going to unlock anything. It's going to take podium finishes to progress. And that's the kind of stuff that baits me in constantly.
Cool music. It's got a really cool music track, and it's used, you know, we don't use the music when we're racing, but, you know, the menu screens and stuff like that, really cool.
Yeah. So as you can see, even in our incomplete version, this is a very complete game. I am very much looking forward to the full release when we'll get to try every aspect of the game. But the big question would be, how much more from Dirt 2 to Dirt 3? How much difference is there? And like you said, so much more rally, so many more events. There is a huge leap from the two games.
Yeah, and it's definitely more sim-like. You know, like I mentioned, the Dirt 2 is more X Games. This is more, and not that X Games can't be simulated, but this is just more hardcore racing. You know, these old school rally stages, like this one I just ran going up this hill in Kenya, was just really fun. And yeah, the stages are a little wide, but not that you can't have fun on them. And we've had a ton of fun so far.
Yeah, and we'll continue to have more fun with it. So that is going to about do it for our preview of Dirt 3. Like you said, we've got a lot of videos out there, so if you want to see various different stages, crash damage, all the cars that we've unlocked, there are plenty of videos so you can get your full version of Dirt 3 until we do get the full copy in here for us.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the folks at 47 for getting us this pre-release copy, and I'd like to thank Andy Gray at Codemasters for helping us with our Xbox 360 dev kit that we just got, same day that we got the game, as a matter of fact. So I'd like to thank them for helping us out and hooking us up, and this is cool, man. I'm looking forward to the final version. I can't wait to be able to play more than just Season 1.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to everything about it, and the multiplayer.
Yep.
Huge thing. So that's going to do it. Dirt 3 pre-preview. I'm Sean Cole.
Darren Ganji.
And we're out of here.